if you were born in the 80s or the 70s, and if you got an NES back in the 80s, you usually got the NES itself, 2 controllers, the NES Zapper, and a combination of Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. A classic combination which never lets gamers down. Today, some people are even still selling that combination. I went to the flea market to get an NES. They gave me that specific combination. That's awesome. There are 2 games on the Super Mario and Duck Hunt game, as you already know, Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. Today, I'm reviewing Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt has 3 kinds of games. Game A, 3 shoot 1 duck at a time. Game B shoots 2 ducks at a time, and Game C lets you shoot flying disc, which I say is the worst game, and you'll see why. To play Duck Hunt on your Nintendo Entertainment System, you will need the NES controller on your number 1 and the Zapper on your 2. You can't access the menu from the gun, and you can't pause without the controller, so you practically need both. It's like Rob. You need 2 controllers to play with him. When you start playing any of the duck-based games, a duck will come up, and so with the theme, you'll go behind the grass. And when a duck comes up, you have to shoot it. And I have to say, the shooting is very off. I say that's kind of understandable. You're terrible! It's understandable because it's one of the first-person shooter games ever to be on a console. So it's not really the best first-person shooter. As you can see, I couldn't even get a single shot. I'm sorry, that is terrible. That is just terrible. It makes me want to load this thing with a real pistol and shoot myself in the head with it. And the only time you have a 100% chance of getting a shot is if you put the controller, the Zapper, right on the screen. That is terrible. If you think I made this review just to insult the entire game, I'd say my favorite part of the game is to shoot 2 ducks. It seems that that's the only time that I can actually get a shot. I don't know why. Until I get to the 3rd part of it, then I can only get 1. I don't know why. Every time that happens, I can only get 5 in a row, and then, yeah. But that was because, probably more targets and more of a chance against it. So, if you think all you do is shoot ducks, then you're sadly mistaken. You can also shoot these discs, which are very, very harder to shoot, because when the only time you can shoot them is when they're really up close, but they're too fast. But when they're far away, they're really, really hard to hit. And even when I do hit them, it doesn't count. But there is no dog that laughs at you when you fail, so that's a plus. At the end of each game, they'll tally up your score. If you have like 3 or under, then you failed the level. But if you have like more than half, then you can go to the next round. Another thing I hate about the game is that there's no background music to the game. The only music you do hear is at the beginning or at the end of a round. And I don't think they're really good tunes. Probably because hunters work in silence so the prey don't get away. And to make sure that everything is caught. Or they were just lazy and thought those were the only tunes they added and everyone would love it. Overall, I think the game has potential, but it doesn't show its full potential. So, if you want a game to play on that, I'd recommend you go to the Super Mario Brothers game instead of this. Unless you're a person that shoves their controller right into the screen. Yeah. Unless you're not. No, please! I don't want any more cheap ducks in my life. Get them away! I don't want them cheating on me anymore. No, stay! Get away from that screen!